So after 4 days and no sleep, I came down from the tree and I crawled out of the woods up to the door of my beloved, and she said, "Lover, didn't I tell you? Take your cue from the moon. I've waited here all the nights and no sign of you. I've been weeping all week and I've been weakened by you for too long now. So long now. And goodbye to the lamplight headaches that you gave me." I said, "Baby, baby, baby, where did our love go?" Because I was devoid of original thought and I thought, fuck it. Maybe she's never heard this one before. Maybe this song has never been sung at this door. I said, "Baby, baby, baby, where did our love go?" She said, "Lover, that love is long gone, out beyond horizons into space and into places of which we could only dream, boy. You were my dream, boy. You were my dream, boy. You were the brightest thing that I have ever seen, boy." And she was right, because I was bright. Once upon a time I could sing and dance and write and rhyme, and I'd climb a mountain in the morning just to see what way the day was shaping, what was shaking up on top and what was settling down below. You know, the dawning of a day was only ever the beginning. I'd be singing by the bells of 12, composing odes for gods themselves. By afternoon the tune was changing, muses dispatched like used matches and mattresses, laughterless love lost in afterthoughts passing as the words took over. I was coated in the poetry, veiled against the real thing till I no longer felt a thing, and I was ghost-like, just like that. Sheet white, blown over by the gentlest breeze, emblazoned with the words, "I am here, present, pronounced, pathetic." And it was just like me, and I just wanted you to like me. I never thought that you could love me. She said, "Lover, you've done it again. It feels just like then you've done it again. Do you remember what you told me when you'd hold me tight against your chest?" Yes, I remember everything there was, and everywhere too. Do you remember what I gave to you, that I became a slave to you? Yes, I remember everything there was, and everywhere too. Do you remember what it meant to me that you were heaven sent to me? Do you remember how you made me sing? Yes, I remember everything. I remember the hood of the jacket, the angle of the couch, and the strength of the wine. I remember the green lighter, Marlborough red, eyes and skin of morning blue and steel silver. I remember the contortions in laughter, doubled over, nearly crying the minibus back into town. I remember the oversized window, the messages in condensation, the first meal and the confession. I remember the return, the forced press, the vacant stare, the one way there, the no way back. I remember everything there was, and everywhere too. I remember the autumn sun burning, the warm windows and the cold water. I remember 12 months on that hill, the spiraling infatuation, the creation of a deity. I remember the latest cross-channel pale voice, unapologetic and a newfound love. I remember the resignation to failure, tossed out west, switched off, watching planes from the rooftop. I remember the move back to the battered lawn, the dark dawn, the empty-headed bliss. I remember all of this. I remember everything there was, and everywhere too. And I snap back and away. I snap back and away, start back and away from the door, saw the cheese, only shadows, and I left. With a good look and God bless, I pointed heels to door and toes out towards the North Star, bristling with the hope I knew existed once. There was no panic in my voice, there was no pain inside my heart, there was no high road, no low road, but a series of boherines of varying degrees of inclination. I chose at random, recklessly. It rolled right out in front of me, the history, replaced by the mystery. And now, and finally, and at last, I began. And I kept on roving, till the chosen road would broaden out from portrait to landscape. I took a taste, like I had only just begun to breathe, and I lay waste to the darkness in the arteries. This elixir, this particular purification trick brought a passion and a stillness, and it banished all the illness. I found faith in the arrow, in the piercing of the skin, to the newfound fresh flesh, pulsing pink in godliness. Devotion, yes, a man must be devoted and true, and I would be everything, forever, for you. Brand new, ready to be consumed and communed and confirmed as word on earth. And from now on, I said, and long into the darkness, I'm the spark that lights the candle on the hallway home. So the thump of the drum became the rhythm of the heart, became the dance that sparked the chant, became the mantra that we chose, became the pose, the meditative I am, the contemplative I was reforming, in a body formed and forming, in a soul still teething, a gathered mess of hopelessness, prepared to flex now limitless. I took a look. There was a lake, In the basin of the bottom of this valley I'd encountered, and I found my way down, seeking heads to put my hands upon, the long lost, the been and gone, the unsure, the impure, the poor men cast out like I was. There was nothing there but sky without colour, ground without texture, not a ripple, not a stir on the surface of the water, like a picture, still, but never fully filled in. The promise, tomorrow, the hollow day that never came, and I brought the rain, and the rain kept falling. It cannoned off the arid land and softened all the rock to sand. I gave myself, I raised them high. I prayed for days without reply. I prayed for nights without reply. A week on my knees, is this how it feels to be forsaken? Mistakenly raging where the light had never died because the light had never lived. I shivered and I bled. My skin ran red with the dead dreams unrendered. There was nothing I remembered now, and nowhere either. In the ether, in the air somewhere lay man and memory, past lost in delivery, passed on into the present, and dead on arrival cast out. Out-thought, out-fought, outsmarted into being outposted in this hole, out-cold. The blood poured off my toes into the earth below, gave birth below to roots and truths. The truth sold out. I slipped into sleeping for the first time in a long time, and I must have been dreaming because I saw her face, and I must have been dreaming because I heard her voice too, screaming, "Boy, hey boy, you must be lost."